Hey everyone, and welcome back. Long time no see, long time no talk, and long time no mumbling to myself like a mad woman for whatever minutes. Today we'll be going through this sketchbook. This one is a high school sketchbook. I don't know which year. I think it might have been from either my sophomore or junior year, but either way it's high school and it ain't gonna be pretty for me. I'm basically going to be having a bunch of war flashbacks because that's what high school is. It's a war. So anyway, without further ado, let's just open this up, and yeah, back then I was an anime fiend, and I suppose the same goes for today, but you know, it's just not as bad. So let me flip this over real quick. There we go. And there we go. And I used to do this series on turning my friends into these cute little chibi people. So I guess essentially character design, but inspired by real people. I did it for a school project actually. And these are just some notes from high school art class. And more of those notes and more of those chibi stuff. And this is a blind contour drawing of a pencil case, I believe. And and you're going to be seeing a lot of notes and visual notes in here. So just a heads up. So here's that pencil case again, and we did some figure drawing in there, but of course they were all clothed because those are our classmates posing. And yeah, again, more of those notes, visual notes. And it's because like I said, I find myself going back to a lot of my sketchbooks, older sketchbooks, and just flipping through them and finding all these blank spaces and pages, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need to fill all these up. And it's just a pet peeve of mine. And what better way to do that than, you know, studying and take notes on it. I'm a nerd. So this was, obviously this is an older piece. This was supposed to be a still life, but I didn't do it together. I just did different parts separately, just because I can. It makes things a little bit less boring for me if I kind of bend the rules. And more of those notes, more notes. And this one, actually a friend of mine drew it, and she drew another girl in our friend group, and the girl saw it and she takes a sketchbook and writes super hot and queen. And I know it's silly, but it's high school, like what do you expect? Some more notes. And here are some thumbnails for comics. I used to draw a lot of comics back then. I might start up again very soon. Yeah, one more of that chibi thing. Yeah, again, so if you see anything drawn in colored pencils, China markers, or you'll see later on in the sketchbook gel pens, those are all recent additions from late 2016, I believe, so around December or so. And oh, this one, we were doing clay projects, and I decided that I wanted to try and make a figurine of Hatsune Miku, and I kind of was ambitious about it, and I thought I wanted to, you know, make it as good as those, you know, Figma and other brands' name and anime figurines, but like, really, I didn't have the skill for it, and you know, it was a shit show. Like, it really was. So, I mean, I even had the platform and everything for the figure to go on, but, you know, if you can imagine, this is very top heavy, and I made it all from clay, like, same material. You can see with her teeny tiny, super thin legs, it's just not going to work well. It's not going to support like all this mass up there and like everything else, so it's gonna tip over. And I tried to remedy that by sticking some wooden sticks, or were they toothpicks? Something like that, like attach it onto the platform and like between with her legs, because what happens to these wooden sticks in the kiln is that they burn up and they disintegrate, so it's convenient for me, like there won't be any wood left, you know, in this leg once it's fired up and all that. You can just shake it out and all the burnt dust comes out. but it just didn't work out that well. It ended up breaking, so yeah, it just wasn't meant to be. And yeah, that was an adventure. I'm totally open to trying it again, now that I know for sure what was wrong with it, because I have the idea page and everything. And some more notes and some Vocaloid pictures. I was one of those people. I was really into Vocaloids. And some more of those drawings. And these are some original characters of mine, older characters. You'll see them in other sketchbooks. And this was a draft for a bigger project. And yeah, I mean, by the way, these sketchbook videos aren't really uploaded in order, like in chronological order, but that's okay because I made a playlist on my channel, and every time I upload a sketchbook video, I'll be putting them in chronological order, so you know, over time, it'll make sense. And I have a lot of sketchbooks to go through for the summer, so you know, it'll work out. It'll make sense. Bear with me. Yeah, and I just, you know, I don't really take this too seriously. I'm just trying to, you know, fill up pages, blank pages and spaces, and oh my gosh, is that math? Logs and inverse logs or exponentials, whichever it was. Yeah, I was a nerd in high school. More stuff. These are older drawings. Oh my gosh, like, what are you doing? These are supposed to be figure studies. Well, I mean, at least you tried. That's all that matters. You try. Trying at something is way better than not doing anything. And some crappy storyboards. I'm not sure if the sky blue is showing up on the camera. I hope it is. And some more stuff. Me trying to figure things out, thinking that I figured it out. I mean, you know, these are all subjective. And oh my gosh, I was really into Axis Powers Italia back then. So what I did was, because I was taking AP US History at the time and I wanted to make things a little bit more interesting, so I decided to make characters off of all the states. And this is supposed to be Georgia, and this is supposed to be South Carolina, and lol, I'm a state shipper. Please don't do that. Don't go that route. Like, what is wrong with you, younger self? And yeah, these are the ballpoint pen stuff, the gel pens. Independence! Virginia as a wee boy. Like, no. This was what I was afraid of running into while looking at my older sketchbooks. I'm so glad I didn't finish. Like, what the heck? More of those gel pen stuff. And these are older characters. You'll see them more in the other sketchbook videos, my older sketchbook videos. Some more of those. Bunch of drawings, and this is an older one. I didn't like it back then, you know, good call, I suppose. Yeah. Aw, Blaze and Colas. Of course, they don't meet when they're kids. And me trying to figure out fashion back then. And yeah, I would just draw whatever the heck I wanted. I mean, I do the same thing now, but, you know, I had much less filter back then. I had, like, zero shame. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh. This is what I meant by war flashbacks. I think that thumb might not be the right size, or in the right place, actually. And some Namekians, because, you know, I love my Namekians. They're my jam, so I try to at least squeeze in a couple of them in every sketchbook. And that's it. That's how this sketchbook sort of ends. In my opinion, it was kind of uneventful. That's okay, because there's a lot more that I'm going to be going through over the summer. So, yep, they'll be uploaded soon. So keep an eye out for those. As always, thanks for watching, and have a great day. I hope to see you on the next video. Bye bye!